German luxury car maker Mercedes Benz has obtained a court interdict to prevent the National Union of Metalworkers of South Africa from continuing with an unprotected strike at its plant in East London in the Eastern Cape. Joining us now to discuss the efficacy of South Africa's wage bargaining processes is Thapelo Malapo. He is chairman of the Automotive Manufacturers Employers Organization. He's also Human Resources Director at Toyota South Africa. Thapelo, thanks for your time. So here we are again. Strike season is upon us. Nowhere else in Africa do you get as much activity in terms of employees being unhappy as in South Africa. Is it an issue of systems that are failing both employers and employees here?
No, I think it's probably a much larger issue. You mentioned comparison to Africa. In fact, I would even say that labor relations in South Africa are more complex, more sophisticated than anywhere else in the world. I mean, as you know, we work for multinationals and we do a lot of benchmarking with industries across the world.
Yeah.
African labor relations are extremely complex in the world.
So how do we fix it?
I think we have a fairly young labor relations environment in the country. As you can also imagine, the Labor Relations Act is only as recent as 1995. We have done a lot so far, but there is still a long way to go. As I've indicated, we are unparalleled in the world. We have to actually chart our own system here to manage collective bargaining and to manage labor relations. So, long way covered, but still a long way to go.
Yeah.
I think the collective bargaining system is one of those things that we really, really need to strengthen urgently in this country. And it's something that we are working very hard on.
What are you guys doing about it?
We have, if you look at the broader automotive and motor industry, we have a fairly organized collective bargaining system. We have effectively 3 forums that are statutory forums, bargaining councils, plus ourselves, which is a non-statutory bargaining forum. And if you talk to the Department of Labor, for example, that manages collective bargaining systems in the country, they will tell you that, in fact, the automotive bargaining forum is one of the most sophisticated in the country. In fact, it's a trailblazer for collective bargaining in the country.
Right. So you guys are working with the government to try and fix this. Is there more that needs to be done from the government side? I know there have been conversation about the difficulty of the Labor Relations Act, at least according to employers with the unions. Of course, they will say there's nothing wrong with it. Don't fix it unless it's broken.
Yeah, I think the relationship between government and industry could never be underestimated. It's very essential that government, work very closely with industry on an ongoing basis to look at how to improve the regulatory framework. The regulatory framework is going to have to undergo improvements as we go along, and it's not government alone that can do this. It has to be done between the two stakeholders. Labor is a very, very important stakeholder in that relationship as well. So that tripartite relationship can never be underestimated. Yeah,
I was going to say you're very carefully avoiding labor here because that's, of course, an important part of that whole discussion, and you do need to engage them. Thapelo Malapo, chairman of the Automotive Manufacturers Employers Organization.